wishing you a very happy day and a vibrant day. Myself, Sushmita Sahu, going to take class 8 science with reference to NCERT, and today the topic is friction. As I always say, you need to be very vigilant, and friction is something we are like from morning till night we are facing this and we are seeing it. Now that's why I say science is very interesting, because this is something we are seeing and we are doing it, we are experiencing it. With this, if you like my channel, kindly subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. So let's proceed with friction. So let me take some example. Have you ever slipped on a banana peel, or have you ever thought that why a vehicle slows down when brake is applied? This is all is friction. Why we are able to walk, why your madam is able to write on the board. If there is no friction, we might all be slipping from here to there. So let's begin. The first slide you see is a boy falls down when he steps on a banana peel. Why? So you saw that there are many forces are being applied, on us, and friction is when you are in contact. The friction, you apply a force. We have already studied the force, and if you are applying the force in one direction, the friction goes in the other direction. Like when you are walking, you are applying the force in the downward direction, or you are applying it in the forward direction. The friction forces you in the downward direction or in the backward direction, and this is the reason why you fall, because a banana peel is very slippery, and when you fall on it, your force on it is less, and the friction and the force opposite increases and you fall. And now let us see the factors which affect the friction. The smoother the surface, the lesser the friction. If like I told you in banana peel, because it is slippy and it is smooth, so your friction becomes less and you fall down. And the rough the surface, the friction is more. Friction is opposite force which is being applied against your force. So like we can understand, if we are applying the force in the right direction, the friction will be in the its opposite direction. And when you have a rough surface, what happens? Because you have increased the surface area, your force in opposite direction also increases, and hence you are having more of friction. That's why you might have seen your chappals or your sandals. The sandals which have the smooth sole tend to slip more, and the sandals or the slippers which have more of grooves, they don't tend to slip that much as the smooth surface. So the first thing is the friction increases with smoothness of the surface and the area. Then the second comes is area of contact. The more the area of contact it is, if you are dragging something on the mat, then you will feel that you need to put more of force. But if you are dragging something on a smooth surface, you will need less of force. Then when the box starts, if you are sliding something, so if it is completely on the full boxes on the ground, then it is difficult to move. As soon as you slide your box, you need less of force. That is, the more the contact area, the more is the friction. Now here we see now that friction is a necessary evil also. Why it is necessary? Though due to friction we are having lots of wear and tear. Because of friction, the soles of our slippers, the tires and all, they lose their grip because of constant facing the friction. So friction is a necessary evil. Can you ever imagine that when your teacher is writing with a chalk on the blackboard, its rough surface rubs off the chalk's particle which stick to the board, can you imagine if there would have been no friction? Would your teacher be able to write on the board? Now you guess that. If an object start moving, it would never stop if there is no friction. Because of friction, it is a force acting in the opposite direction. Even a moving ball stops after some time. That is due to friction. If there is no friction, the ball will keep on moving. So, we are talking about the friction as an evil. On the other hand, friction is an evil too. It wears out the material, whether they are screws, ball bearings or soles of our shoes. You must have seen worn out steps of foot over bridges at whenever you go to railway stations and things. Friction can also produce heat. Now, rub your hand together, both of the palms. What do you observe? Yes, this heat is also due to the friction, and the friction, that is why friction is a necessary evil. Now, increasing and reducing friction. Have you ever thought why the sole of your shoe is grooved? It is done to provide the shoes better grip on the floor so that you can move safely. Similarly, the treaded tires of cars, trucks and bulldozers provide better grip on the ground. We deliberately increase friction by using brake pads in the brake system of bicycles and automobiles. When you are riding a bicycle, the brake pads do not touch the wheels, but when you press the brake lever, these pads arrest the motion of the rim due to friction. The wheels will stop moving. Now, movement becomes smooth. The substance which reduces the friction is called lubricants. Like you might have seen, if we apply oil on the ground, we slip more, and this reduces the friction. When oil, grease or graphite is applied between the moving part of a machine, even in machine we have a wear and tear, so we apply the lubricants. आपने देखा होगा अपन मशीन में अपनी तेल डालते हैं या even cycles के में तेल डालते हैं, तो this putting tail is we are supplying the lubricant to avoid to have less of friction. At the same time, the wheel also reduces the friction. The smooth wheel, see here you can see a child carrying a trolley bag. So, this is the wheels here are not with lots of grip, they are smooth. So, the smoother the surface, the lesser is the friction, and this is called when one body rolls over the surface of another body, the resistance to its motion is called rolling friction. Since the rolling friction, it is similar to sliding friction, it is rolling friction and sliding friction are more or less similar to each other. Now, let us come to see a new word, and that is fluid friction. You all know that air is very light and thin, yet it exerts frictional force on objects moving through it. Similarly, water and other liquids exert force of friction when objects move through them. The common name of gases and liquids is fluid. So, we can say that fluid exert force of friction on object in motion through them. The frictional force exerted by the fluid is called drag. Again I repeat, the frictional force exerted by the fluids is called drag. The frictional force on an object in a fluid depends on its speed with respect to the fluid. The frictional force also depends on the shape of the object and the nature of the fluid. So, with this I would like to thank you all, and I am sure you might have understood the lesson. Any points, any questions, put it down in the comment box, and I am sure I will clear it out. Thank you. Bye.